Jennie Bond welcomed the news that Prince Harry appeared to be doing well in California, adding he no longer feels like he lives in a zoo following his recent interview with the Armchair Expert podcast. Ms. Bond sympathized with the royal but could not believe he was still discussing the issues he has to face and also continuing to attack the royal family. The royal expert said he should keep his head below the parapet and stop banging on about his issues when there are much bigger problems in the world. Prince Harry spoke to the Armchair Expert podcast about his mental health and issues he had growing up inside the royal family. The royal said he felt like he was in a zoo, and revealed he did not want to be part of the institution when he turned 20. Prince Harry revealed the Invictus Games he set up massively helped his mental health and stated helping people was healing. He also criticized his father Prince Charles, who he said passed on his suffering to his children. The Duke of Sussex added there was genetic pain, which gets passed on from father to son, which he said should be alleviated by the parent as much as possible. Ms. Bond was invited onto Sky News to discuss the podcast and Prince Harry's comments. She was asked whether the comments were out of line and if she agreed with any of them. She replied, "Well, yes, obviously his life has been on public display and now because of the way he is acting it will continue to be on display. If he doesn't want to live in what he calls a zoo, perhaps he should keep his head below the parapet, but that does not seem to be the way he and Meghan want to live their lives. Let me say this straight out that he is a man, not a boy, who has a great deal of baggage and who is mentally fragile by his own admission. I'm really glad for him that he seems to have found peace in California. He's happy, he says, as his shoulders are no longer up and he can take his kids for a bike ride. He feels much freer and that's great, but why does he have to keep banging on about his own issues when there are so many other issues in the world? Why is he doing this?" During the podcast, Prince Harry said he wanted to break the cycle of upbringing so that his children do not have to go through the same things he did. The strained relationship between the Duke of Sussex and his father first came to light during Harry's interview with Oprah Winfrey, where he revealed Prince Charles had stopped taking his calls. While reports suggested the two had talks at Prince Philip's funeral, the latest podcast appears to suggest tensions between them have not improved. Prince Harry also told the podcast he began to piece together his father's traumas, including the treatment he received from his parents, as the reason behind their bad relationship.